Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Vector Twist tutorial. In today's tutorial I would like to show you how to create a watermelon slice. And I'll show you how to use the isometric perspective and some simple shapes and colors to create this cute little watermelon. So let's get started. Here in Illustrator I already set up my colors. But before we pick any colors, we're just going to be working with a black stroke. So the first thing what we're going to do is create a rectangle with the rectangle tool. So just draw a rectangle on the artboard. Then with the direct selection tool, select both of the top anchor points and then average them out. Once that's done, switch to the pen tool and then click once on the first anchor point to remove it. Once we've removed the anchor point, we're going to switch back to the pen tool and then press and hold the Option Alt key. And once you hover on the bottom path, just grab it and then drag it downwards. Basically, we're going to round it out. We're going to be switching back to the direct selection tool and select the whole shape so we can round out our corners. After that, we're going to create a horizontal line just with the pen tool. With the pen tool selected, we again press and hold the Option Alt key and then round it out. Basically, we're going to create the separations for our rind of our watermelon. Going to create a small copy on top. Maybe we'll spread it out a little bit. And then select all of the shapes and in the Pathfinder, hit the divide. We can now move on to apply our 3D effects. First, we're going to give them the proper colors. So the top shape is going to be a watermelon color. The one in the middle is going to be a light green and the one on the bottom a little bit of a darker green. So make sure that all of your shapes are grouped. Then we'll go to Effect, 3D, and we're going to apply Extrude and Bevel. From the pop-up, of course, we're going to choose for the position the isometric right, and then we're going to increase the extrude depth. Maybe set it to 120, and then let's turn off the plastic shading and select No Shading. After that, let's expand the whole thing. So go to Object and expand the appearance, and then keep it selected. So from the toolbar, select the Shape Builder tool, and then just go over the parts that we want to merge together. For the bottom, we might have to zoom in. So let's merge those two together, and then the bottom. Don't mind the colors right now. We're going to be changing them again. This is already one shape. The other one is not one shape, so make sure that you just go over it to merge it all together. And then the last part is in here for the front of the watermelon, and then that's it. Now we're going to have some artifacts, but we're going to clean this up. So again, everything is still grouped. I'm just going to select the parts with the direct selection tool and then color them in. So the front is going to be a little bit lighter, the side's going to be darker. This is going to be light in the front and darker on the bottom. The side on the bottom is going to be darker too. And then here we have to create another color, so just select it and then via the color picker, just make it a little bit darker and maybe increase the saturation too. And that's it. Now in order to clean up the artifacts, sometimes what I do, I select each and every single shape and then hide it. I can right away see that I have artifacts that I'm just going to select and then delete altogether. Then all we have to do is show everything again. And now we can even clean it up further. So as you can see in the bottom, we have quite a few points. So we're going to Object, Path, and then select Simplify. But we're going to use a specific setting. I always leave it at 100% for the Simplify curve and set the angle to 176. This way I get rid of a lot of points, but it won't alter the top roundness of it. And then we're going to repeat the step for the bottom one as well. So back to Path and then select Simplify. Well, maybe actually the bottom has way too many points. So one more time, I'm just going to speed it up. Once that's done, we can actually select all of the shapes again and then add a black stroke. So add a black stroke of probably like 3 points. And then we're going to add a cute face. So we're going to be creating a smiling face. Now let me show you a really easy way how to create a smiling face like that. So first we're going to be switching to a black stroke and turn off the fill. Then simply create a small flat rectangle, switch to the pen tool. Again, press and hold the Option Alt key on the keyboard. Once you see that you can now alter the path, just pull it down, try to stay in the middle. And then we have the other path on top, which is going to be pulling up a little bit. Then switch to the direct selection tool, select everything, and then round out all of the corners. You can alter it afterwards if you like. Then we're going to be filling it in with the color on the side. Same stroke as well. Well, actually, maybe we're going to just have it 2 points. And then we're going to create a little tongue inside. So we need a darker color. So we have the mouth. Simply select Draw Inside and then switch the colors to a darker red and turn off the stroke, of course. And then just with the ellipse tool, we're going to create a small circle and then move it into the middle just like that. And actually, I made a mistake, so I'm going to exit. Our shape on the outside, it's going to have a black fill and a black stroke. So simply switch the fill to a black, and then that's it. And then we just need our eyes. Again, I'm going to turn off the fill. We're just going to be working with a circle, so create a small circle. With the scissors tool, cut it on both sides, delete the bottom part. In the stroke, make sure you have cap and round corners, and then with the free transform tool, rotate it slightly, and then create a reflection onto the other side. And to make it a little bit more interesting, we can work with the width tool and then stretch it out on the outside a little bit. And for whatever reason, I don't have the cap and round, so I'm going to switch that. Then I'm going to be grouping everything, and then we're going to go back to our effect. And then we're going to apply a 3D effect of extrude and bevel. Again, we're going to be choosing isometric right, but this time no extrude depth and of course no shading. And then press OK. I can move my little face right onto my watermelon slice. Now all we have to do is add some seeds to our watermelon and then maybe some stripes for the bottom green parts. And then that's it. Now before we end this tutorial, I would like to show you one more trick. If you want to add actually some texture to your watermelon slice or any other design you're working on, here's an easy way to do this in Illustrator. We're going to create a shape on top and then use the gradients and then some special effect. So let me show you. So we're going to select the top shape. Since everything is still grouped, I'm working with the direct selection tool. And in order to add to the selection, I simply press and hold the Shift key and my Option or Alt key, and then click on the shapes I want to add. I'm going to create a copy, and then I'm just going to paste it onto the side, keep it selected, and then with the Shape Builder tool, I'm just going to merge everything together. I'm going to turn off the stroke, and then for the fill, I'm going to add a gradient. So with the gradient annotator, I'm going to set actually the black to be on the bottom and the white on top. Then we'll go to Effect, choose Pixelate, and then from there, choose Mesotint. From there, choose the type Fine Dots, and then press OK. Once that's done, we're going to change the opacity from normal to multiply, and then you simply place it on top of your design where you want to add some texture. Of course, it's a little strong now, so what we can do in this case is bring down the opacity and then also work with the gradient. So if we're going to activate the gradient annotator, on the bottom we have our black, in the middle we have our diamond, and then we have the white. We can actually add another white, and then in the gradient panel, set the second white to opacity 0%, or if you want to have a little bit of grain on top, to 10%, and then the second one instead of 100%, maybe to 60%. And this way you can play around with the gradient and then add subtle textures to your artwork. And of course you would do the same thing for the front. I've already created this for you and here it is. And that's it.